Hello, Chicago Network is on the air. Hello, everybody. I am Ryan Yanishas, and it's time to focus. And today we are focusing on the Chicago Blackhawks as they have their second week of the regular season. Let's get right into it. Of course, after they went 1-1-1 the last time we talked on that road trip. They had one more game left, and of course it was in Calgary against the Flames. They struggled in that one. They lost 3-1. Just couldn't get anything going in the finale. Again, they were on the road for a very long time, the Chicago Blackhawks, so they really didn't get any momentum, flavor in that one. And that was gone. And so then the home opener Thursday night against the San Jose Sharks are able to get a W. They win that one of a final of 4-2. Well played game overall. You saw them come out offensively, play some good hockey, defensively as well. And I got to tell you right now, because he didn't play in the game on Saturday when we were there, but Mrazek, I know I was dogging him in the beginning of the season because he was there for that growing pain season last year where it just seemed like it was loss after loss after loss and just a struggling season. But it seems like he's grown and improved. Like I said last week, the Blackhawks, it seems like after each game of the first three of the regular season, they were growing and building, and you got to give a lot of credit to Mrazek there. He played very well. The overtime loss was on the goalie that played on Saturday night. But besides that, I think a really good job by Mrazek, and hopefully he can be the future, or if they can find a better goaltender. But I think as of right now, great job so far by Mrazek. But then we go to Saturday night in our home against Buffalo. We were at that game. We're down 2-0 very early on. It just seems like out of nowhere. Buffalo only had one win going into this game. Blackhawks really struggling early on, couldn't get it going. And then all of a sudden they went boom, boom, got a couple of goals, and just like that, it's a 2-2 score. That's huge back in the game. But once again, Buffalo gets the goal and makes it 3-2, and then they got the empty netter. So Buffalo wins that one of a final of 4-2. So the Blackhawks, as following that, is 2-3-1. So they do have 5 points. Obviously, you don't want to get too far behind early on in the season. Could you do that? It's a long way back. So, I mean, you want to try to keep the pace in the league. Obviously, you're not looking at standings. We're not going to talk about standings of hockey until after the All-Star break for basketball or hockey. So I'm not going to sit here and say that, but the points still matter. I mean, just like how in baseball, people say, the games in April don't mean as much. Them wins count when you're trying to win. When you lose by one game in October, yeah, them games count. So, I mean, these games just as much, get points, get as many as you can. So in this stretch, they lose to Calgary, win against San Jose, lose to Buffalo. And let's take a look at their week right now. They're going to be home against Vancouver Tuesday. It's a 7:15 start. That might be a national televised game. And then a 7:30 start against Nashville. Again, that's one of the rivals. Try to build it up them on Friday, and then Saturday at Dallas. So that's your week. So 1-2 this week. So not very good, but we'll see how they'll do tonight at our home against Vancouver, and then Friday against Nashville. Again, 1-1 so far on their homestand. See what they can do. And then they have a long road trip, so it's back and forth for the Hawks. We'll see how they continue to roll. But I think right now you got to be happy. And I enjoyed the first time at the United Center. I didn't go to any Blackhawk games. I went to a few Bulls games last year. Didn't get a chance. I haven't gone to a Blackhawk game. It was nice the first time to see Connor Bedard. Try to see the energy around the stadium. The entertainment was always a lot. Like with Bulls was always heads and tails above the Blackhawks. The entertainment value, I think, still very upped its game since the last time I was at the United Center for a Blackhawk game. The entertainment, the DJ Oreo. I've never heard of DJ Oreo, but he lit it up in between the second and third period. The time went by fast. So shout out I've never heard of him, but if you've heard of DJ Oreo, bada bing, bada boom, I recommend him. He's fun and entertaining for the crowd. So DJ Oreo, Blackhawks did lose the game, but it was fun to get a chance to go there, and I'll have sights and sounds of that coming up on a Ryan Was There summer of next year. As I every game I go to, it's not work for me because I love doing this. But Ryan Was There, usually always there. When Ryan was there, Ryan was there. So take that into effect. So well, next week we're gonna have I believe It all depends on the World Series, but might be a Bulls and Blackhawks mishmash next week. But we'll see how the World Series goes. So everyone, that'll do it for a Tuesday. Speaking of the Bulls, we're going to focus on them as they tip off on the season tomorrow night. We'll talk about them. I'll give you my thoughts on the Bulls. I'm very particular. The Bulls are my second favorite team, so I'm very, very opinionated about that team and my thoughts on them. So we'll talk about that tomorrow at 3:12. So everyone, that'll do it for this Blackhawk Focus. I'm Ryan Yanishadis from the Hello Chicago Network, and we are the focus of Chicago sports.